Bill Maher calling out big tech and the media for protecting Hunter Biden during the 2020 election and taking skeptics to task for ignoring the scandal.
Was it appropriate to bury the Hunter Biden?
You're talking about the press doing that?
He's saying that's what they did, and that is what they did. They buried the Hunter Biden story before the election because they were like, we can't risk having the election thrown to Trump. We'll tell them after the election.
And we know for a fact that that's what they did?
Of course. You don't
but
follow
I mean,
this.
saying you know for a fact that that's what they did. I don't know what they did.
I know, because you only watch MSNBC.
No, that's not true.
Joe Conte joins us now. Joe, we want your reaction to what you just heard, especially him saying all you watch is MSNBC.
Well, Ashley, if you follow Meathead's Twitter feed, right, Rob Reiner, this is not surprising, right? And on MSNBC, the Hunter Biden laptop story is virtually non-existent, as it is in so many other traditional media outlets. You barely hear about it. It's like the third rail of journalism, the 11th commandment, thou shalt not broach Hunter Biden, and everything in that laptop showing influence peddling, using his name to advance, obviously, himself, make money, possibly for his father as well, if you read the emails in Ukraine and China. I think they've been in the news lately, right? And the fact that Bill Maher has become the voice of reason for the Democratic Party, it speaks volumes, Ashley and Todd.
He stole my meathead joke, so that's why I was a little bit ticked there at the top. But along those lines, is there no intellectual curiosity on the part of Meathead, a guy like Rob Reiner? I mean, I read all the different options out there. MSNBC, Fox, Breitbart, I read them all so I can understand what's going on. Reiner's not doing that.
You use intellectual with Rob Reiner, and that's where I stopped listening, Todd, quite frankly. Look, this is somebody who obviously was an actor, now is an activist, and he wants to push a certain narrative. So I don't think Rob Reiner is terribly interested in the truth. He's interested in his team winning, and that's all that matters.
And then speaking of actors and actresses, actress Sydney Sweeney is taking a lot of heat over pictures from her mom's birthday party showing people wearing MAGA-like hats and a Blue Lives Matter shirt. Actually, the customized hat, it said, "Make 60 Great Again." The actress, she tweeted in response to all this backlash, "You guys, this is wild and innocent celebration for my mom's milestone 60th birthday has turned into an absurd political statement, which was not the intention. Please stop making assumptions. Much love to everyone and happy birthday, Mom." Do you think this is ridiculous that people jumped on this? I mean, this was crazy.
It's nuts, right? This is the problem with social media, right? Unfortunately, events in our lives, if we choose to, are advertised. And as a result, then people say, well, you know, you're supporting police officers or you support a political party. How dare you do that at a party at your own home, right? And we've come to this point now, Ashley, where supporting police officers, those who serve this country, for not a lot of money, by the way, and not a lot of prestige. I have plenty of friends that are cops. Suddenly, that's a bad thing. And you want to teach your kid, grow up to be a police officer or a fire, or fireman or a firewoman, and suddenly that's a bad thing. Grant Napier, who was the play-by-play guy for the Sacramento Kings, was fired because all he did was tweet out that all lives matter, right? Instead of like Black Lives Matter or Blue Lives Matter, all lives matter, which is true, right? We should value all life. And he got fired after announcing for that team for 20 years simply for making that statement. That's where we are in this country now, Ashley.
Yeah, but it's not like, you know, she's Marjorie Taylor Greene here. She herself, Sydney Sweeney, has professed Black Lives Matter. So, I mean, this is just an attempt to tear somebody down, a rising star in Hollywood. And
you see a couple of words and it just sets you off.
It's just ridiculous. Yeah. Meantime, country music star Jason Aldean's wife responding to criticism over a post thanking her parents for not changing my gender when I went through my tomboy phase. She got a lot of criticism for this. She then writes the following in response, advocating for the genital mutilation of children under the disguise of love and calling it gender-affirming care. One of the worst evils. Love is protecting your child until they are mature enough as an adult to make their own life decisions. Until then, leave children alone. You know, she really didn't walk away from this. She doubled down. How is what she said controversial, Joe?
I would triple down on that if I were Brittany here. Yeah, look, you know, Todd, you have kids. They're not quite my kid's age. My son Liam turned 7 recently. My daughter will be 9 soon. That's first and third grade. And if they say, oh, no, I want to be another gender now, I and my wife would sit them down and be like, oh, well, you know, because a couple of days ago, maybe they wanted to be, you know, an astronaut and wanted to walk on Jupiter type of thing. They don't have any idea what they want to be or what they want to do at those ages, right? They're not mature enough to make decisions like that, like changing their gender. She's exactly right, Brittany, here. I would just say, you know what, stick to your guns and tell everybody, you know what, screw you. I'll raise my kid, or I will say what I will say, and you don't get to, you know, bully me on social media. Again, this all goes back to social media. Before social media, these sort of debates didn't even happen at this point, but everybody's lives are in the open now, Todd and Ashley.
Yeah, you know, I went through a tomboy stage, and I'm just fine the way I am.
Still a woman.
Still a woman.
I think so.
We're going to confirm that. We're going to get a second source. Joe, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Joe.
All right.